Video games, in moderation, can be a wonderful source of relaxation and escapism. They can be an awe-inspiring gateway into another world where you can be anything, from a superhero to an accomplished soldier, or even a simple villager living their best life. It's easy to see the enjoyment that games can bring people if consumed in the correct way. Which begs the question, what do you do when video games no longer provide that sense of joy? What happens when a once exciting romp through Lordran becomes a mentally exhausting experience that leads your blood to boil at the mere thought of losing? Hi, and welcome to the Game Analyst, and today I'm going to discuss the idea of tilting, what it means, how to avoid it, and what to do regarding it. Anyone that's watched the channel knows that I love games with difficulty. Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Hollow Knight, and DMC5 are just a few of my favorite games to drive home this point, which I only bring up to discuss my familiarity with the idea of being tilted. So what does tilted mean? Simply put, it is the state in which a person or player becomes increasingly agitated with the game they are playing. This state of agitation leads them to cloud their judgments and make hasty decisions in an attempt to get a quick win, which usually leads to further losses. These further losses feed into that initial anger, and this cycle spins wildly out of control, growing exponentially with each loss. Think of it this way. Suppose you are playing a match of a video game, and you lose the round because of some lucky part on your opponent's side. You get a little annoyed, but knowing that it was a fluke, you want to get over it by getting a kill. You rush in and die to something else, annoying you even more. This continues until eventually you are in a state of rage that knows no bounds, as you rush in faster than I can speak. It's a cycle that feeds into itself and grows with each twist. And this isn't exclusive to video games. In fact, any game or action can be tilting. Sports, gambling, or any other menial task could cause this phenomenon. While the origins of the term are unclear, it is originally used in playing poker, with the roots of the word even possibly stemming from players that used to tilt pinball machines in frustration. So tilting isn't a video game unique topic, and it can be applied to any kind of task. How do you avoid tilt? Well, the easy answer to that is to say get good and never lose, but that is impossible and unreasonable. Every person will face setbacks and losses in some form or another in life and in games. So understanding that mindset will help you avoid the dreaded tilt. Knowing that ultimately is a game and the goal is to have fun aids in this too, especially when things go belly side up during your tank warfare. Ranked modes are just numbered, and I personally know many people that are afraid of ranked modes because their rank might go down, which to me is a bit of a ludicrous notion. In the end of the day, it is a video game meant for enjoyment and should not be seen as life or death matters that keep you up at night. Learning to not take these competitive matches so seriously and enjoy games for what they are reduces the buildup of tilt and helps with a healthier mindset. Though, admittedly, this only goes so far. No matter how much of a saint you are, the best of us succumb to the tilt after enough losses in unfair situations. Then the next question is, what do you do when you're already tilted? The first thing to consider is the amount of fun you're having. It's possible to lose and have fun when playing games when you're in the correct frame of mind. I absolutely suck at Valorant, but I know that I can still hop into a match, get my buns handed to me on a silver platter, and come back for seconds and thirds. You can be slightly upset at the continual losses, but enjoying the game enough where the tilt shouldn't be a problem. Where it does become a problem is where your anger outweighs the enjoyment of the game. When your anger takes over and the frustration is getting bigger. When the game is no longer remotely enjoyable, and when you find yourself doing worse and worse, it's likely time to take a step away for a bit. I firmly believe that it is important to know when to call it quits and take a break. Being tilted only leads to clouded judgments and bad decisions, so getting the W in those circumstances is going to be increasingly difficult as your mind becomes fogged with rage. So instead of saying, I'll quit after I win, the better mindset is more likely, I'll quit after so many losses. Taking a break and stepping away to clear your mind, even if it's for a few days, is usually the best course of action. You can come back when you are in a better frame of thinking to get that win, which tends to lead to better gameplay on your behalf. Though, as potentially painful as this is to hear for some, if a game causes nothing but perpetual pain, perhaps it's time to quit. There's no reason for you to play a game if you do not enjoy it in the slightest. Even if you didn't get your money's worth, or want to beat it because you already got this far, those trains of thoughts are just doing yourself a disservice. That is just the sunken cost fallacy in motion. Do not fall into this mindset. If you are constantly not having fun or finding enjoyment, you have no obligation to continue playing. Do not torture yourself for no reason, even if it means the disc gathering dust on the shelf near your Smash Bros. Amiibo. More importantly, do not continuously play games that get you angry or tilted for your own mental health. Constantly being in a bad mindset is not good for real-world applications. Life is stressful enough as it is, so you do not need games meant to de-stress exacerbating this mentality. It's okay if you still find enjoyment and only occasionally get tilted. Again, my suggestion is to take a step back for a bit to clean your mind. But constant agitation should not be a feature of any video game, as your mental health should not be beaten down by a game. Ultimately, you as an individual needs to set where each of these lines are. Me? I love difficult grinds and trying to better myself, so I find enjoyment in a lighthearted session of hurling my lifeless corpse at a boss in Dark Souls. Though that same game might cause pain and anger to other players. Where you draw the line for enjoyment, the line for needing a break, and the line for when you need to quit the game entirely is up to you. And these lines might vary day to day depending on how school, work, or even life went. Being a more cognizant gamer will save your mindset and allow for a healthier hobby of video gaming. Thank you for watching. This video delved into a bit more serious of a topic than usual, but it's still an important topic nonetheless, even if we did only talk about mostly high-level concepts. Addiction in video games is serious, so if your mindset is being affected negatively, please seek help. This has been from the Game Analyst. Godspeed.